Hi, I'm Alain, and welcome to Wanderlust Reports. I'm here today at Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris. This long moving walkway takes you to the new boarding lounge created by merging satellites 1, 2 and 3 of Terminal 1 at Roissy Charles de Gaulle Airport. Checking for my flight to Guangzhou in China was a breeze, with only a 10-minute wait. Now it's time to go through security and customs, both located in the boarding lounge. Here, you are forced to follow the path, zigzagging back and forth 3 times before reaching security. It's enough to make you feel dizzy. Luckily, there are plenty of security lines, so the process moves pretty quickly. Before reaching your gate, you have to make your way through a massive shopping area packed with one luxury brand after another. Honestly, whoever designed this terminal did an outstanding job. The environment feels welcoming, the seating is comfortable, and there are power and USB outlets everywhere. And it's a perfect place for some plane spotting. There are plenty of flights to China this morning. This Hainan Airlines plane, for example, is heading to Chongqing. And this 777 is bound for Bangkok, the same city I'll be heading to after a 2-day stopover in Guangzhou. Unfortunately, my China Southern Airbus A350 is playing hide and seek, tucked away between these jetways. Anyway, I've managed to find a comfy spot to chill while we wait for boarding. Just in case you didn't know, that water in the urinal, definitely not for drinking. Alright, it's boarding time. Let's go. Lots of firsts for me today. First time flying to Guangzhou. First time with China Southern. And first time sitting in the very last row. The one where you can't even recline. This is seat 65K. It's a standard seat with an excellent in-flight entertainment system. But as seat maps put it, it's in the last row where recline might be limited and the proximity to the galley and lavatories could be a bit annoying. Waiting on your seat when you board, you'll find a silky feeling blanket, a decent headset, a surprisingly fluffy pillow, and a nice touch for economy class, an amenity kit, complete with a comb, toothbrush and toothpaste, an eye mask, and earplugs. The safety instructions are provided in both Mandarin Chinese and English. I'm 1.85 m or 6'1", and as you can see, the seat pitch is actually pretty decent. The upside of being stuck in this dreaded last row seat? No neighbor next to me. which meant I had plenty of space to stretch out and get comfortable during the night flight. Now let's dive into the in-flight entertainment and see what's on offer. The system is packed with movies. You could spend days on this plane without ever watching the same one twice. And you can choose your movies in 12 different languages. Plenty of options no matter where you're from. There are 3 external cameras, 2 mounted under the jet when facing forward and when pointing downward, and a third located on top of the tail, giving you a beautiful view of the A350. The music part is rich too. And in addition to these games, there's a dedicated section just for kids. Of course, there's also a map section, providing ample details about the journey. As we taxi toward the runway, the safety instructions are presented in both English and Chinese. Here we go. Time to get airborne. The A350 is definitely one of the quieter aircraft out there. You really notice the difference when taking off. Since we took off just before noon, the meal service began shortly after takeoff. The meal included a bulgur salad and a delicious chicken dish with creamy mushroom sauce, mashed potatoes and vegetables. It was so good, it was aluminium tray licking good. For dessert, we had a soft and tangy lemon cake. All in all, it's definitely one of the best economy meals I've ever had at 30,000 feet. Flying on a Chinese airline meant we could take a route over Russia, which definitely shortened the flight. A Western airline would have had to take the longer southern route over the Middle East and India. The flight went on uneventfully as I enjoyed different movies on the IFE. And before I knew it, night was falling as we flew eastward. I managed to get a bit of sleep, which is always a challenge for me in an economy seat, and about 2 hours before landing, we were served another meal. This meal was tasty too, even if I'm not exactly used to having noodles for breakfast. Soon we were flying over southern China, beginning our descent into Guangzhou. These are the premium economy seats, though to be honest, they don't seem all that different from standard economy. We landed 20 minutes ahead of schedule, but taking a bus to the terminal meant we ended up reaching our final destination right on time. I paid 462 euros or $500 with one checked suitcase for a flight from Paris to Chiang Mai in Thailand, so that was the first leg of my journey. All in all, this flight with China Southern was a pleasant surprise. The in-flight entertainment was outstanding, both in screen quality and content variety. The meals were tasty, arrival was right on time, and considering the overall experience, it offered great value for money. The only real downside? That non-reclinable back row seat. Not ideal for a long-haul flight. But if you avoid that spot, you're in for a solid economy experience.